What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you guys have been watching any fragrance content on YouTube or anywhere, you probably would have come across this bad boy, and it's the fragrance that we're going to be talking about today. So we're going to be reviewing the very hyped Lattafa Khamrah Qahwa. All right, let's get right into the scent profile and what you'd be experiencing with this fragrance. It's a nice, rich, warm, sophisticated tonka bean, definitely coffee style fragrance with some backgrounds of vanilla and amber. So I have the different top notes, middle notes, and base notes here. So for the top notes, what we're getting is cinnamon, cardamom, and ginger. I don't get any ginger, definitely the cinnamon and some of the cardamom. The middle notes are praline, candy fruits, and white flowers. Again, not much of the candied fruits, white flowers, definitely the praline. And then the base notes are vanilla, coffee, tonka bean, benzoin, and musk. There is where it gets more realistic. All those base notes you definitely get a hit of. Some more than the others. Definitely, I think the biggest ones is going to be the tonka beans, obviously the vanilla, coffee, musk, cinnamon, and praline. What I want you to imagine is a luxury mall in Dubai. I've never been to Dubai, so I'm just assuming, if I were to assume what a luxury mall would smell like, it'd be exactly this. Very, very, very impressive scent profile, especially for the price point. My only caveat here is, well, also on another note, people may ask, and there's definitely lots of content out there comparing this with the original Lattafa Khamrah. Both are tonka bean based fragrances, but obviously this would be leaning more masculine with the coffee scent, which is very, very noticeable, which I do think would make it more for men and definitely stronger. I do have to put in a caveat here for me, just me personally, and some of you might experience the same. When I smell this from the sprayer, it smells great. It smells nice and powerful and everything. But I just have had an unfortunate experience on skin and on clothes. It's very strong, so that's one of the good things. But it's also very synthetic for my nose. That is something to be expected from a fragrance, especially with this price point. So it's not, I wouldn't say it would be a bad point or it takes away from the fragrance, but definitely it's something to look out for, because I just get an instant headache whenever I apply this to myself. I know that isn't going to be, and that the majority of people who have this fragrance, they're not going to have the same experience. I have a very sensitive nose and skin to some scents. That has happened to me. I know I'm not the only one. When I was looking up online and looking at other people's reviews, I did see some similar stories that it is quite synthetic and it's kind of like a headache inducer to some people. But like I said, please try it out. I still think it's blind buy safe, even though it's become pretty much unusable for me. I can only really smell it from here to get a idea of the scent. But anytime I spray it, just immediate headache. I've had the experiences where I've been on the train and the guy next to me, I could tell he was wearing this, and I immediately picked it up with my nose, and I immediately started getting this headache, lightheaded. But yeah, that's probably the minority of people. I like to be as objective as possible. So with that being said, I still completely recommend this fragrance. It's definitely not for everybody, just like it's not for me, but for the vast majority, it is a very, very good option, especially if you're new to fragrances. This is a good foot to start off on. Now for the performance. That's where this fragrance really takes off. I don't know, and I think a lot of these guys on YouTube just throw a whole number. So I don't have an exact number, but definitely 8+ hours longevity on skin, on clothes. Obviously, will be even more. That is, and so it's a very good performing and very strong projecting scent, which is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing for people like me, where when I remember last time I put it on and I immediately got that headache, but because it lasts so long and I went away from home, I was away, it was kept projecting and projecting and projecting and lasting so long that the whole day I was with this headache of the scent, and it wasn't until I came home and had to shower to get it off. But like I said, for the vast majority of people, that is one of the best things that a fragrance can give them, especially when they like the fragrance. And I do think this is a very mass appealing fragrance with very, very good longevity and projection, especially for this price point. Great. Now for the occasions. This is definitely a fall and winter type fragrance. I've even seen some people use it as their daily driver in the winter. Me personally, I see this as a perfect date night seductive scent, especially if you're, like I said before, if you're new into fragrances and you don't know where to start and you're trying to build your first collection. This, I think, would be a perfect date night fragrance that would, if anything, could be your only real date night signature scent. It's not this type of scent that is very loud and projecting, that when you walk past people, it'll make their heads turn. It's more of a warm, masculine, sexy, sophisticated scent that when you're with someone, it will want them to come in closer and smell you more, if that makes sense. So not something really to be loud and playful and in a club environment. It's more for a date night environment that is almost more thought-provoking. And like I said, it will make the person want to come in closer and smell you more. All right, now for the price point and final verdict. As of the time of recording right now, Lattafa Khamrah Qahwa is sitting at around 25 to 30 US dollars. Just around that range. You can probably find it for cheaper, more expensive. But yeah, 25 to 30 US dollars. To me, like I said, objectively, even though this scent is pretty much unusable for me and my nose, objectively punching way above its weight. Even though it has a more synthetic side to it, I think the quality of the fragrance is magnificent, not only for this price point, but even for the $70 to $80 colognes and even the $120 to $150. Definitely more synthetic, but for the performance and everything else that it gives and that nice combination, perfect combination of scents, it is definitely punching way above its weight. My final verdict is that it is definitely a go-to. It is definitely something that you should try at least once. It's a dumb reach late night date night and winter time, fall and winter time fragrance. And like I said, you can even use it as your daily winter driver, because like I said, it's such a good performance that in those cold weathers when you have a lot of layers on and a lot of cold wind, it will survive through all that and still be projecting. But yeah, that was it for today. I am excited to review some of the other ones. Right now in my channel, I'm just trying to go, some of the more popular ones first and then create that kind of base. But yeah, I would definitely put this fragrance in that category of, if you're building your fragrance collection for the first time, or that you just love fragrances and you haven't included this yet, you will not be disappointed. But yeah, That's it for today. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want more, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.